Everyone, my name is Anne-Marie Ferguson and as Chair of the East Perth Community Group, I'm delighted to welcome Lord Mayoral candidate number 7, Mr Bruce Reynolds.
Lucky 7, thank you.
As many will be aware, Raj Joshi has been the host of Live at 5 since the COVID lockdown commenced. As she is a councillor candidate, she has a conflict of interest in interviewing Bruce, so I'm your host for today. And Bruce nominated, in fact you were number 7 to nominate. How did that come to pass, Bruce? What prompted you to throw your hat in the ring?
Good question. Being a stakeholder and a City of Perth resident, multiple business owner, and involved for at least 20 years in the non-for-profit sector, helping anywhere I can with heart and hands. I've been watching to that stage the election unfold, and there were just things that kept prickling me a little bit and others, and so I decided, look, if I want to be part of a conversation and if I want to see change, then I have to put myself in a situation where effectively, to put it crudely, I need to put a show.
Yeah, well, good on you for throwing your hat in the ring. Now, Raj does have a tradition of 2 minutes questions you may not expect that will give us a chance to get to know you a bit better. Are you up for it?
Let's do it.
Yeah, okay, let's go. Now, if you're going to have someone famous play you in your life story movie, who would you have play you? Bruce Reynolds?
Well, I'd love to have Brad Pitt play me, but the reality is I'd probably cast Danny DeVito, so we don't always get what we like.
Oh, mine's Bette Midler. So we may not be beautiful, but we're pretty funny. Now, if you're going to have one flower sent to your home every day for the rest of your life, which flower would it be?
Flower?
Has anyone sent you flowers, Bruce?
No, and that's a sad story there, but I won't go down that. My first love, she broke up with me a day for Valentine's, and apparently she gave that flower to somebody else. That was a rose, so no roses.
Well, it was only one flower, she's not really worth the effort.
She was a nice girl, actually, yes. So not roses. Look, I don't really know. No, I'm not a flower person. I'd say keep the flower and just send me a card. I do like cards with little meanings and little messages. I'll go card.
Okay, good on you. Now, which is your favourite movie?
Oh, jeepers. I'm an 80s person, and I'm a multiple choice person, so, there's so many. The 80s for movies was an outstanding era. My very first movie, though, I really fell in love with those was East of Eden, which was James Dean's first movie, and that is a classic, and we saw a glimpse of what a superstar that man was as an acting ability, and doesn't get mentioned often, but it's a cracker.
Okay, so in terms of, we've seen you kick a football in the last 24 hours on social media, or challenge your colleagues to kick a football through goal. Who's your favourite football team?
I am 100%, I have purple blood, so I'm Fremantle Dockers through and through, but on the flip side, I probably know more about West Coast history and statistics and trivia than most West Coast Eagles supporters. That would probably indicate that I am a West Australian sport-loving person.
Okay, fantastic. That's your 2 minutes.
Thank you.
Bruce.
That's awesome. Thank you.
Yeah.
Good stuff.
Now, tell me, what was your first job?
My first job was a gentleman by the name of Mr. Medaffery. It was when I was 14, and he had the bottle shop in Exmouth, and he told me, "Don't make it like a pizza," and I didn't know what that meant. And Santos, his son, turned around and he said, "Make sure it's not like the Leaning Tower pizza because they'll fall over." So you had to do it a certain way to go straight up. So I used to get $20 cash and a can of Coke. That's my first job.
Okay. Now you mentioned you've been looking on at council from afar. I mean, which values do you hold dear that you think will hold you in good stead as Lord Mayor?
Integrity and honesty is number 1.
Yeah.
Bringing vitality to our community and our business sectors, number 2, and bringing humanity, absolutely, underline bringing humanity to our community is number 3.
Okay, that's great, thank you very much. Now, you mentioned you've been to a homelessness forum.
Yes.
With Shelter WA. What were some of the standout issues or suggestions from that initiative?
So look, for me, homelessness, obviously it's a massive issue. It's a massive issue on all levels for our community, and it's something that there isn't one single idea that's going to solve the issue around homelessness. But what we need to do as a community is stop looking at our solutions from our narrative over there. We need to bring the issue inside. We need to understand the perspective from those who are in necessitative circumstances and not have them a part of our community, have them a part, and then once we come from an absolute position of care and love, we'll have solutions that we'll be able to have that will be workable, because it's a rounded conversation. It's not us dictating the terms to different people.
Yeah, thank you very much for that. In terms of leadership, I mean, how would you describe your leadership style?
I did say recently, and a famous leader did say that he was yet to find a great leader in a leadership course. My leadership style, without a doubt, and I started leadership as an 18-year-old, being production manager of a large printing company. My leadership style through trial and error is without a doubt, 100%. I push up, I don't push down. So if you push down from a leadership point of view, you get instant results, but you wear out those people you're pushing down on, you demotivate them, and eventually you're going to have pushback. When you push up, you actually create leaders. You create people who can think for themselves, and they can think aligned with the plan. You have to enable people to lead, because they will soon realise that they're not getting in a position to grow, and then it's all about you. And if it's all about you, you're destined to fail from a leadership point of view, in my opinion.
Fantastic. Now, you've also read the inquiry report from the previous council. What were the standouts for you in terms of how you'll proceed on the basis if you are elected Lord Mayor?
The standout for me in regards to the inquiry report is this. Once we have a council and a new leader in place, well, not a new leader, but a mayor in place, we need to be locked away for as long as it takes, but let's just say it's a facilitated 2-day workshop. And we go through that inquiry line by line, and they're all given a piece of paper that we sign off, we understand what our commitment is to the city. Learning from that inquiry, and then there's no, did you read it? Yeah, I read it. Everyone's on this, there's no excuses. Everyone's read it, everyone's signed off, and we have to vow not to let those indiscretions or twists of the past guide our future. We need to make sure that we stand up and be counted, and make sure that we drive our future.
Yeah, thank you for that. Now, there is a view, you're running for council,
yes,
as well as a councillor, as well as from a position of, there is a view that you can potentially split your vote by doing that. So you obviously had a sense that you wanted to nominate for both. So what was your thinking in regard to that nomination?
Yes, Anne-Marie, so I'm a believer that if you love trees and you see a tree that needs water, you don't need a title to water that tree. So from a position of nominating for mayor or a position of nominating for council, that tree needs water. And even if I do not get elected as mayor of the city, and even if I do not get elected as councillor, I'm still going to be watering those trees. I have for the last 20 years in a corporate life, being able to help with my heart and my hands. It's what I'll do for the rest of my life. I don't walk past a homeless person without saying hello, and I don't need a selfie to prove that. I don't need to all of a sudden get the selfie interest and the stern, concerned look. I know the names of a lot of people in my area who are on the streets, and they know that. That's what matters to me. They know that.
It's a great finale.
Thank you.
Thanks for your time,
really
and Bruce will be back with the other councillor candidates as well for 2 more minutes of insight, but we really appreciate you making time today for Live at 5, which is more like democracy at 3 today, isn't it?
Yes, well, long live democracy, and please, for all the electors out there, choose your vote wisely. Have a look at the DNA of the various websites of the candidates. You will search, if you search for the answers, you will find the solutions, and good luck, and let's see Perth grow and prosper into our future. Thank you.
Thank you, Bruce.